All right, and we are live.
Yay!
Good afternoon. Happy Thursday.
Happy
It's good to be here with you.
Thursday.
Yeah. Welcoming back Terry, who who's here. Wasn't here last week. We missed you, but we're glad you're back. And we're Mark has rainbow cats on his shirt. So there you go. Look at that.
Life
You
is
call
good.
that your pussy shirt, Mark? That's what I want to know.
I try not to use the P word. Yeah.
Okay.
Here's my rainbow spinner. Eee! I'm just having my own pride
Party.
month here in my house.
Well, good for you. Good for you. And
Hi,
you're probably
Kelly.
smart to do it on your own. So
Yep.
yes. So what's going on, folks? What's going on with you, Mark? What are you're still doing your Monday show? And that's going well.
Do private readings if anybody's interested in that. And I do a show on Saturday. And then I do a duo show on Monday with Debbie Freebird Spirit. And then I've been coming out here. But that's my
Excellent.
life. I
Excellent.
try to make separate videos too, if I have time.
Yes. Yes. We love those. The channelings you bring through for
Yeah.
Pan and others. Yes. Hello, Kathleen. I'm reminded everybody, Kathleen will be on with me tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock Pacific time, 2 o'clock Eastern time. We're going to be doing some cards and some medium readings and get some practice in with her. And I also have a 9 a.m. With the Cosmic Zone Tarot Ladies. No, the Crone Zone. What am I saying? The Crone Zone Tarot Ladies, Priscilla and Heather. That live down in Key West. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope you can come by. And I'm with a Fifi Touched by Tarot on Saturday. So Thayer, you are going on Kelly's channel, Dozen Cats for Me.
Sunday.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And we're going to be with the Tarot Stash guy. And who I think he's a total riot. I don't care what we're doing. He's just like,
Gerald.
He reminds me of something out of a Johnny Depp movie, but
right.
And then wonderful, gentle Ben from England.
Oh, and he's fabulous as well. The two of them get together and they really
have a good time.
They really cut it right up. Yep.
Get your questions all ready. We'll be buzzing. Buzzing good to go. Yeah.
Very good. And Terry, what are you up to, girl?
I am this weekend going to actually being a vendor at a metaphysical fair. So I'm going to the MeWe Fair in Linwood, Washington. It's actually very close to my house.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna see what happens. I have fancy tablecloths. I have I bought a banner and have new graphics, and I got cards. I am ready to go.
I'm ready to go. Yeah. For those who live local, where in Linwood is it going to be?
It's at the Embassy Suites, which is right by the highway, right at the 44th Street exit.
Okay.
So it's really, really easy to get on and off the highway.
That's awesome. And yes, Jansfree, it is great that all of these fairs are beginning to open up and people are beginning to venture out and go back to what we considered normal before 3 years ago. So I wish you lots and lots of luck, Terry. Do you have any shows next week? Yeah, I know you usually have one with Jean and maybe Joan.
Yeah, I kind of don't remember exactly what's happening.
Right.
But I do know that every Thursday I'm with you usually. And then the 26th, I am with the Crone Zone. So
excellent. That's wonderful.
26th, I'm with you on Sunday too.
Yes, that's right. You are, because Jean's away. Very good. And on the 26th, Mark is going to visit Dozen Cats for Me.
That's right.
Yep. You'll have to wear your shirt again.
Yep.
You got at least a dozen cats there. Yes.
A baker's dozen. There will be so much fun because if nothing else, it'll just be such an energy boost and lift, I think, because, all the like-minded people gathering and exploring
Mhm.
metaphysical things. I think that'd be so cool.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It's really, the energy in the room will be very big. So yes. So I hope you enjoy. I may have. It's just Saturday and Sunday, Terry. Is that what it
Yeah.
is? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what my weekend looks like. I'm not sure if I can or not, but I sure hope it stops raining here. I'm trying to get outside work done, and it's practically impossible. So
Terry, bring some chocolate with you.
I will. I decided I would bring a whole bowl of little chocolates to attract people to my booth.
Well, and when
Ah,
I do a full day, the chocolate
uh-huh.
helps
Yeah.
Yes,
recharge the batteries.
Yeah.
And
wonderful.
lemon water. Drink lots of
Oh,
lemon water. That's really good too.
Thayer does not yet have a YouTube channel, but you can reach her at ThayerBoo2 at Gmail, and she's working on it. She's
I'm
working on it.
working on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're holding her to it. We're
Yeah.
holding her to it because she'll be great when the time comes. Let's see. I would just want to say hi to everybody. Hi, Juno. Hi, Tony. Kelly, Epiphany, Noel. Saul Valleys. Oh, okay. I don't know that I've seen you before. Welcome, welcome. Gypsy JJ and Kathleen and Jean, Teague, Valerie, Deb H. Wow, got a lot of folks here. Wonderful. Thank you. I'm not trying to miss anybody. Craig Dixon, it's good to see you. Jan's free. All right. I think I got most of you. If I didn't, it wasn't on purpose. Honestly, I love you all. All right. We already got some questions up. I'll take two more. I have one of our regulars, Kathleen, here that wants to ask a question today. So she's got a rescue dog, a Manchester Terrier named Grania. Hoarding situation is her backstory. She wakes with inverted sneezing, and I can feel her panic. What can I do to help? Looks like she's improved a lot, but still needs some help. All right. I love my dog dearly, but she likes to eat poop, and that's not really good.
Hey, she thinks it's great.
I
Yum!
know. I'm sure.
Serve.
Oh,
Hmm.
I'm picking up that she is, even though she's happy to be out of the hoarding situation, it's a big change in energy for her. Like she's used to having a lot of other dogs and stuff around her, and things are pretty quiet where she is. I don't know if you can get one of those beds that are sort of made out of foam that have sort of security for anxiety. Getting that might help. And you might want to get her lungs checked or her nose. She might have a fungus or an allergy from the being in the hoarding situation. Like to have her see a vet. I don't see any hindrances in terms of her adjusting to you. I just think it's an enormous change.
and I'm getting. Do you want? Go ahead, Mark.
No,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead, please, Terry.
I am getting something very short and sweet. Actually, because she's so new to your family, and she has this panic when she gets this inverted sneezing. I see they're showing me a picture of you using that same energy when we're reading together, and you are real. I can always feel the vibration coming off of you, that powerful vibration. But they want you to aim some of that at her, to actually physically think and aim it towards her. She needs time to get used to your family, to understand that she's there and she's loved, and that just some healing energy needs to be sent her way so that she can calm down when this happens.
Right. Yeah. I'm kind of getting pretty just about everything both of you guys have said, so I'm agreeing completely with what both of you are saying. I do feel like that sneezing is something she picked up where she was, is kind of a leftover thing. So it could get better in time because she's been moved away, but she might go to the vet to kind of speed that up because I get the three of coins, which is a lot of times conferring with an expert, or going for somebody who knows what they're doing's advice. So maybe just to help with that. But like Terry was saying, I would bombard her with love and like attention and just, talking to her, telling her how lucky you feel that you found her, and just giving her a lot of like sweet talk and love talk and kind of singling her out as a special gift. And then in the end, it's going to be the Six of Wands, a happy outcome. It's going to be, she's going to fit right in and everything. But she needs a little extra love and
Yeah.
attention that feels like it's just for her because she was in this group situation. And I feel like she needs to be told how special she is individually.
Yeah. I got the same thing because actually that's what my caramel was in. And I think that's another reason why she's still eating feces because she's afraid she's not going to have anything. I'm going to tell you what I do with Caramel. She's been alone with me and I've really been doting on her because she's such a sweetheart. I get here to go with the flow, but I'm going to give you another suggestion and it sounds kind of corny, but if I go to Starbucks, I bring her with me and I get her a pup cup, which is simply some whipped cream. And she just feels so special. And she sits there and licks the whole thing up, licks her face up forever and ever. If you can't afford to do that, of course, just get some whipped cream. Maybe bring her in and let her have some. I don't know what it is, but now we can't go to Starbucks without getting her a pup cup. So go with the flow, Kathleen. She's going to be okay because she finally found you. And you keep telling her that you've been waiting for her because I think that she really is feeling it in her heart.
You might want to try a thunder shirt, which is like a shirt that wraps around and puts a little bit of pressure on her, just to make her feel secure and touched all the time. You can get them at PetSmart or whatever. You don't have to have it that tight, but it's a way of her feeling the security. And, she's the whole vibration of her situation has changed, so that
she realizes that she's in a new place and she doesn't have to go back.
Yeah. And the energy's different. She's trying to figure out what it is, where she fits in.
It's almost like us thinking, is this too good to be true?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I get. Oh, that's awesome. All right. Well, good luck with it, Kathleen. Let us know how she's doing. Give it some more time, of course.
And a friend of mine got 2 dogs from a breeding situation that was horrible, and they do come around. They really do.
Yep.
So
they do eventually. Yep. All right. So Cloud Bread, welcome to the channel. I don't remember seeing you here before, and we welcome you all and welcome you to the channel with the rest of us. Is there something you need to know? Well, probably. We all need to know something, but we'll see what you need to know personally. Do you guys need a first name? Do you need this person's first name? No? Okay.
It usually helps me, but I'll be
helps you. All right, Cloud Bread, if you're here, just put your first name up for us, for Mark.
But it's okay. It doesn't really matter. It just makes me be more specific, I think.
Sure.
Well, I got the color blue. and I heard speak your truth, say what you mean, expand your thinking, and sort of go outside of the box.
Fiona.
But really, find out what you want to say and really say it, and then push it a little bit further out. And I think that you'll get some good results.
Excellent. Thank you, Fiona, for giving us your name.
Yes. Thanks, Fiona. Now I want to change cards. Go ahead, Terry.
Cloud Bread or Fiona, I see this little metaphorical stage, and on my stage they're showing me you prancing like almost like a horse in her arena, but then you're jumping over these little hurdles. You keep jumping over hurdles, and I get the distinct impression that this next month that you are going to face some hurdles in your life. But the way I'm seeing it, they're very small, they're manageable. They're also a way to show your skill. So I'm kind of wondering if these are work hurdles, but who knows? But they're ones that you know the answers. You are really capable of handling these, and your spirit guides are right there with you. So
That's awesome.
Go ahead and go get them.
Yeah. I just pulled a couple cards, and like right away, I just get community, which is in that, let's go out and kind of enjoy others and work together, or certainly if there's some kind of a group opportunity, consider joining it or joining a group to celebrate or enjoy that you're part of a community like this one, and enjoy that and be grateful for it and kind of focus on that is what Spirit seems to be saying. And I think take advantage of it, in a positive way. I can reach out to this community, or perhaps I'll zone in on one or two that, we get really close or something like that. And that's what I mean, taking advantage. And just recognize that you're on your soul's journey. This is, I don't know if you can see it, soul's journey card, but, and that all of it is a part of that. And acknowledge that you're following your soul's path. Absolutely. And that you're willing to follow it where it leads. Look how it's going, it kind of goes around a little couple of curves and things, but then it reaches this big, beautiful light castle in the back. So that's pretty cool.
That's amazing. That's beautiful. Wow. Yeah. All right. Well, I pulled 3 cards from a newer deck that I just got the other day called Earth Wisdom, fairly new oracle deck, and I love it. It's got a lot of Celtic images in it, and I like that. Yeah. So here I've got that you are surrounded with divine love, and laying out there in the grasses, and look at the beautiful encircled circles and greenery. Here it's telling you to make sure you nurture yourself. You are the most important person to you. And so take that time to do that. And that could be with friends, with just being alone, or being with community. And it looks like the big picture will show up for you. Just in that time when you're quiet and when you're doing some reflection, the bigger picture will unfold and you will be able to get the answers that you may have. Mark, which deck did you have, dear? Is that the rainbow?
I don't have the box in here, and I can't remember. Okay. But I'll get it in a minute.
All right. That's fine.
I'll let you know.
Yep. Okay. Hi, Flowing. It's nice to see you too. So yes, by the way, in the chat, we have lots of different channels that are being highlighted for everyone to check out, including Mark's and Terry's and Juno's and Deb H and all those. And so please, make sure that you check them out and see what they have to offer for you, because they're wonderful people. Yes, Cloud Bread, I think you're right. I think something big is going to unfold. I really do. And there may be obstacles, as they've said, but I think it's coming. The bigger picture is coming. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you for your question. All right. So Karen lost a neighbor, Bill Turner, and wonders if you could connect with him at all. Hi, Jean. It's good to see you. Sorry you're stuck in traffic. Oh, do you have the name of it, Mark?
Yeah, I was just
Okay, that's fine.
Sacred Power.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay.
They're,
Very nice.
Anna
Ann Stark. Yeah.
Anna
Ann
Stark. Yeah, they're really cool cards. They have beautiful pictures on them too. But anyway,
That's great. Thank you.
Bill Turner.
I see somebody mowing a lawn in a white T-shirt who wears glasses. I feel like he had a house that had objects in it his whole life. Like if you go into his house, you're going to see a lot of, like the way it was when he moved in. China and a thing that you go back on. Where there's recliner type of things. I feel like he's met a woman. There's a woman or a wife or a mother that he's met up with on the other side, and he's very happy about that. If I have the right person, and he feels at peace. He feels like he had a pretty good life, and he doesn't have any big regrets. I just see this woman. I don't know if it's a mother or a wife that he was very connected to, and he's still very heart connected to.
Wow. Yep, you got it right. He loved his lawn, Thayer.
Yeah. Oh, good. So it is the right person.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I see a guy, one of those salt of the earth guys, the guy who takes care of his lawn, the guy who's fixing things, the guy who does, little construction projects in his garage and stuff. And I was asking him for a message, and he keeps redirecting me to greenery and the yard and your yard and watering your yard. And he was showing me a fan for some reason. I'm trying to figure out. So the fan, what's the fan mean? For some reason, even though a fan doesn't seem to mean this, I feel like he's saying, you get to lead the neighborhood now. You get to be kind of the salt of the earth person. You get to be that you have fans in the neighborhood of you. So that people who liked him, who enjoyed working with him and visiting, are going to like visiting you now. So there you have it.
Wow. Yeah, I feel like just listening in, the first thing I'm hearing is he's being grateful to you or wants to say thank you to you. I feel like he's saying that you reached out to him, or the two of you made a connection. He's kind of showing me over the fence. I don't know if there was a literal fence, but like we're friendly with each other, enjoyed each other. I don't know. I feel like you talked about stuff. He thinks he says, thanks for being nice to me
Oh.
and enjoying me. I also feel like he's been sending you messages that you might have been noticing, just because I get the Eight of Wands. And so it seems like a lot of, attempts at getting your attention. I saw there you wrote about a white pigeon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think that was him. But other little signs and signals kind of outside, like somebody else was saying. But I feel like he's been sending you some. I don't know if you had a great relationship with him, but he seems to be very grateful. Oh, okay. Being very grateful for the interaction.
Okay, she took care of him and his wife till they died, but his son was the opposite and sold everything for cash. Made me feel bad. She couldn't help him out. So it's very interesting, the cards I got, because the first thing I got was, don't worry, I've undergone an energy cleanse. I've been able to see what it is, but those were just things. Those were there when I needed them to be, when I was on the earth, but I have cleansed that and released that, and I have closure over that. He said, I spent some time in isolation working through this. So perhaps he spent the time before his wife passed, that you mentioned his wife passed. But look at this. It's not a white pigeon, but it is a owl that's above and has a higher view. And I pulled this card before you said anything about that. And I just feel like that was a card to tell you absolutely. And it goes along with the other cards. I have a higher view and I'm not attached to down there anymore because I'm up here now and I can see everything from my perspective. So I don't think you need to apologize to him, but he appreciates it. He appreciates the things you did for him while he was alive. So thank you.
And I'm also getting, once his energy left the house and left the neighborhood, he took all of that with him.
Yeah.
And if there's a new evolutionary cycle happening, like a sort of a reset. And I get this great feeling of peace from him.
I think so. I think he's in that place of knowing. Yeah. And maybe his son was always that way, but you didn't realize that. All right.
Right.
So Marlene, what Mark? I'm sorry.
Say, please get it how grateful he was to you, because he's saying again,
yeah,
most people would not have reached out and helped us out the way you did, and it's like a special quality. And he just really came through. Thank you first and foremost. Also, he's kind of saying, if my son could use it, fine. I don't, I'm not attached. Whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I really felt. He was like, I'm beyond that now. I don't have to. Yeah. That's awesome. All right. So Marlene wonders if we would have a message from her higher self.
And it's Marlene.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. This message is going to be one that you probably could have guessed, but it's really, really straightforward. She's like, stop second guessing yourself. If you knew what I knew, what I know now, you would just keep going. You can't make a wrong step. You can't make a wrong decision. Live life to the fullest. Just get out there and live it to the fullest.
Awesome.
You are divinely loved, divinely protected. Make me proud. That's what I heard. Make me proud.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing nature has its rhythms, its patterns, its ins, its outs, its sunny and cloudy days. And just go with that. Allow yourself to be like nature. The sun goes up, the sun comes down, to enjoy yourself and relax. The pattern you're in and what you're doing is fine. And I see birds. I see a lot of birds in your window or birds flying around. I don't know what kind of message they have, but that maybe to flow. I don't know. The birds are there for some reason. Maybe they're just to let it flow or go. But very much what Terry said. Trust yourself. Allow the rainy days to come because there's always another sunny one coming, and don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. And when I first just tried to tune in, my whole body straightened up and there was a lot of energy. And that makes me feel like that spirit guide, higher self energy is pretty strong and makes itself known to you. I'm feeling like. And I get kind of like what these guys are saying, go for it. It's like live each day with the awareness that you're in a conscious partnership with your spiritual aspect. So it's like toss the mask away. This is mask, it says it. I don't know if these colors aren't showing very good. But and just fully, but see all this light behind the mask and around the face. So it's kind of like that don't hide your light under a bushel thing. And you come out fully. A lot of times just during the day, I just say, today I'm going through the day in partnership with my spirit. So I just don't leave it out. Even in mundane, if I'm weeding or whatever it is, I just try to consciously include that, and I'm getting that for you. And I feel like you communicate with it. So that seems good, but it's kind of like, go for it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So, Marlene, I get in times of rest, you can see above the head of this person laying against the tree, there's a lot of things going on in the mind. So it says in times of rest, when you wake up, remember what your thought vibrations, kind of like what Mark said. Think about making resonant choices and signature signals and keep your thought vibrations higher and lifted up, but make sure that you take the rest that you need. This is an important component of life to find that balance. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Anybody have anything else to say to Marlene? No? All set? Okay. All right. So Craig is going to see his friend today he's known for 36 years. That's a long time. Craig, give me his first name, please. He wonders if he has known him from a prior life. I'm going to just take a leap and say, of course you have. At some point, yeah. But if you got his first name, that would be helpful for us, or him and his wife's first name. Yeah.
He's the one, though, I think, that you've known before.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, Marlene. Richard Stover and Tony. Richard and Tony Stover.
I just got England. I'm getting you knew each other in England.
In England.
Ooh. Yeah. Before people came to America.
Oh, then okay. Not like in the RAF or something. Okay.
Yeah, no, they back in the
day,
right before America was
founded.
Okay. Founded, yeah. Okay. Business partners.
Mm.
I completely agree with that, and I'm seeing that you owned a butcher business and that you
Wow.
were business partners.
Hmm. That's cool.
That's nice. It's nice to have, because you're like, well, this is what I'm getting.
Not only that, but it's nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I hear, Craig, is you're more connected to him. You've had more experience with him as lifetimes. I already forgot his name, even though you just told me.
Richard and Tony.
Yeah, Richard. But you may know her too, but him for sure and quite a bit. And the thing he's showing me is like a time, take it or leave it. But I'm just going to trust what they're showing me, which is the time when you were brothers. But they're showing me early America, before it was America, and you were native.
Wow.
Native of tribe, and you were brothers, actual brothers, not just blood brothers or Indian brothers, but actual brothers. I see like on horses riding together, kind of shouting. Now they're showing me this whole big like Western movie or something, but shouting out in praise and celebrating your connection to the Great Spirit, and just riding with the wind together. Oh, it sounds exciting.
It does. He's still Native American. He is in this lifetime too.
Oh,
yeah.
I was expecting you to say, no, Mark, I'm like not.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if Richard is, but
but that gave me goosebumps all up and down my back when you said that. So I.
Yeah.
No, anyway.
Tony Stokes says she feels like you've maybe had more than one life with him. So, that could be very well the case. As you know, we can have lots more lives.
Yeah.
So I have here that your spiritual awakening and inner child healing has brought your eternal spirit to realize your sacred intuition. And so you already did know this, but now you know it. I don't know if he's spiritual or not, but if you can come together with that and say, what do you think about that? I don't know if that's possible. Some people aren't really excited about hearing about past lives, but there's a reason. And the reason is you've been tied for many lifetimes. Yeah. He's German. Okay. He thought he was Native American. Okay. Well, you never know. He may have part of that in his DNA. Because everybody's got, if he feels damn familiar, well, that's awesome. Nothing better than that, Craig.
I know it's more than one lifetime. It's more. It's a few that you've been together in different configurations. Like, but I have to tell you, for them to show me like that Native American thing, and you guys, I always feel it's a risk for me. Because I had that thing of, well, I don't know him from Adam. I don't even know what he looks like or anything. Right. But for me, they just keep saying, well, that's it, Mark. That's it. Just say it, say it.
Just say it.
And so when I do, and then if you say something like that, I just feel like, guys, that is so much confirmation, so I don't know. I guess that's why we do this. But
it is. And we talked about the fact that Jean, when on a Sunday, when Jean pulled somebody through, it was, I think it was Jan's Free's father, showed her a butt crack, and she didn't know whether to say anything about that at all, because it was like a plumber bent over.
That one. I see a butt crack in your future.
I know.
No.
When you see him, become aware of the differences, not necessarily conflicts, but what the differences are between the two of you. And that can always give you a key of things that need to be worked out
True.
or resolved in an evolutionary process. Like if he's a Pentecostal, you know,
Oh,
because
he's a pastor now, huh?
yeah,
Okay.
we're always trying to find balance. So see what's sort of out of balance, and you can see what you need to work on in the relationship.
I think it's wonderful you were in the Air Force together and that you're still friends after all that period of time. That's fabulous. Yeah. You have a great time with him, Craig. All right. Valerie at Valerie S. wonders if we can have a read or message from her guides, please.
Okay. Let's see. Valerie.
Everything you need or want is within you and within your home. I'm getting the message, look homeward, angel, go homeward, angel. That everything you need is within, and your guides are ready to communicate with you. They're right there, and you can find different ways or experiment different ways where you can have a strong relationship with them.
You have something, Mark. Go ahead. I'm not quite getting it.
Yeah, it's okay. I was kind of stuck on Craig's thing there for a minute.
That's all right. I can go if you want me to.
Yeah.
I got this, Valerie, that you're becoming more and more clear mentally. This is the wisdom of the Magi, which, focuses on what the mental has. And you do have archangels with you, protecting you, and are hopeful and optimistic of any new beginning that you will have. They see that in the future. And look at this, roll the dice. It's the dice. And what that means, of course, is to take a gamble or a risk. Let's see what else. Play the game. There's good potential, and fate will be on your side because it's next to cards that are very, very good. So, wow, we do it, girl.
Well, it's interesting because Spirit wants to give you the same message that it gave to somebody else a little bit ago. This card of community, and I think that's up for a lot of us now. Kind of doing it as a community, because a lot of us have been like on our own, spreading the word, doing whatever we could, in our own little way. But it's now kind of doing it as a group focus, I feel like. And so these cards are reminding us that we are part of a community and that's good. So I think they're reminding you, and I see you in this community all the time, Valerie. So it's probably talking about that too. I'm not trying to brag about this community, but
why not?
I feel
it's
like it is. So, and also it looks like a different card, Two of Cups. I feel like there's a new relationship or partnership. Doesn't have to be, like a boyfriend, girlfriend thing, but a partnership relationship coming in that you both benefit from. Also love the card because it has a little cute young pan on it. Look how cute. It's a little baby pan. Okay. And a mermaid.
Well, that helps me make sense of what I was seeing. I was seeing kind of like a tunnel down in the earth, kind of like hiking down. It looked really interesting, and I think that what they're showing me is that they'd like you to meditate on Gaia just a little bit, to think about the earth, to join that community that is praying for the earth. They're praying for all of us on the earth too, not just Gaia, but they want you to go ahead and join that community. Go ahead and help support her with your prayers and meditation. And I almost see you like hiking, and each, each step of the hike is like a meditation, that you're somehow connecting to the earth. So there you go.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay.
All right. Okay, Sol Valleys. Would like to know about past lives. So far, I know about 2, and those weren't great. She wonders if she has had a good one. And Mark, you can still answer this, even though you're not a lady.
That's okay. I answered to both. So.
I know. It's okay.
Only had 2 bad ones, huh? Well, probably if they were super perfect and wonderful, you wouldn't have to come back. So there's that.
That's true. You wouldn't be here. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, many times the past lives that come into our focus in our current life are ones to learn from and to glean information about yourself from. Maybe they're an indication of where you need to heal or where you need to focus, what you want to move forward to and what you want to move in with. So that's important. It's fun having past lives, but how we look at them and how to use them as a tool to help evolve in this life is something worth looking at and doing. And what do you have now compared to what you didn't have in that life?
Awesome.
My great-grandfather showed up on my stage, and he often does when I read past lives. He often comes onto the stage and directs things a bit, and he kind of showed me past lives laid out like a carpet kind of in time. And of course, we've all had many past lives, and we've all played all the different roles, the good and the bad, and male and female, and everything in between. And but he did show me one past life where you lived by the ocean, you lived on the beach, and it was a very beautiful life. I can't really tell the time zone; they're not showing me that much, but it was a peaceful life.
Awesome. So I get Soul Valleys. I get that you have been on this journey. You've been guided, and I love this picture because it's, you've been all over the world. It's pretty much what it's saying, and you've had lots of changes in location. One life I'm feeling that you had was you were in a Celtic situation, working with the elementals and the nature spirits out in the woods. Could be that you came up with your love for the outside at that time, and I think it was a really good one. It looks like you were a male at that time, so maybe you were like a wizard or something like Merlin. I don't know. I'm just getting that feeling. So.
Yeah, and just quickly, every time I pick up this deck, though, the community card jumps out. Okay,
that's a riot. Okay,
really, but I don't think that was you. I think they were just, trying to annoy me. Okay. But I did get, what Allie was saying. I was hearing that you did have a lifetime in which you were very connected to nature, and like the nature spirits, and kind of like that Celtic card here. You see, he's communing with a butterfly in his hand. Other like little, and of course, again, the halo over the head and that interaction communication, because you were really good with intuition and using your third eye at that time, particularly communicating with nature, or God is nature, Earth, Mother Earth, even. And just one other card, which it's the compassion card, but I like the picture because it looks like it might be hinting at a Buddhist or Tibetan or some kind of Eastern lifetime when you were trained to use your third eye and that third eye connection. So that might be why I'm getting all that third eye meditation. It keeps coming up in all three cards, kind of. So it could have been a time in an Eastern.
Yeah. If you're able to see auras very clearly, obviously all this time you've spent over lifetimes has accumulated itself and given you that ability. That's fabulous. Is this, Dave, does this mean, is that a nature spirit? Cernunos? I'm not familiar with it.
That's one of one of the versions of Pan.
Okay.
Of the Celtic.
Of the Celtic side. Okay.
Their name for him.
Okay.
I also got that you were you were a woman that had lots of children and lots of responsibility, and you were sort of the center of the wheel with a big family back when life was not easy. So I feel like that type of earthly responsibility is not something you really want anymore. And that you probably don't imagine a big family for yourself, or that you were responsible for a lot of other people. And you have sort of moved out of that. But yeah, like you were somebody who cooked and who fed people and had a lot to do with the earth. And I feel like that's not what you want to do anymore. I don't know if that rings true, but
thank you for the question, Sol.
Yeah.
All right, Tony Stokes is next. Can you share a message from my maternal grandmother? What is her first name, Tony? She passed in 2009. She was a character, lived in New York many decades. Just give us her first name, if you wouldn't mind. All right. I know you're here.
Maternal grandmother. Mother's mother.
Are you here, Tony? Can you give us her first name?
I'm sure she's here.
I just saw her a few minutes ago.
That really does help me a lot. Like, I think I could have got a little bit clearer on So Valleys if I actually knew her name, but I looked at all that third eye stuff and she can read auras came up. So,
Yeah. Oh, that's the one Jean talks about with the antlers. Oh, okay. I get it.
Yeah.
Jean was the first one that brought him. She said, I think this is when I did a reading with her for her, and she told me about him. That's how I knew that name, was because of Jean.
All right, Tony.
Yeah.
We need your grandma's first name, please.
Hey, Tony, you're there.
I'm getting she was a very practical woman. She looked at life in a very practical way on how to maintain health and balance and family and people. And I think that's why she gravitated to the church, because it was a structure that she could use to keep everybody afloat, to keep things going, to keep things moving forward. It was like a map for her, so she could take care of family and friends, because life was a little overwhelming, and there was a lot going on that she needed that structure with. I feel like at one point she had dark brown hair before she got older, and I see her washing clothes, and doing some household chores. But I see her as a community person, as somebody who cared about the community and felt like I see her like a draft horse pulling a wagon that's got supplies and nourishment and provisions for other people. Not that it was arduous, but that was sort of her job. I feel like she was very, very amusing and fun and plump. I'm seeing a plump woman. Um, and I would definitely want her as my neighbor. Was a reliable person that wouldn't let other people down.
So I am
Yeah.
I am kind of amazed because as I was waiting to say what I see, I was hearing their name started with B. So I'm like,
Okay. Yeah. So it is Betty. Okay.
right away I heard like the sounds of a revival. I mean, music and singing and people clapping and just wild things. And I just see her so full of joy, just joy. And I see her a tiny bit different, that the joy of being a Baptist minister, it's serious work, but it's also joyous work helping people. You know, she really loved people and she really loved helping them. But her message to you is you don't have to go as far as I went to find that joy. That joy is available to anybody all the time.
Mhm.
You can access it anywhere, anytime. Go and, continue to spread love among people. Use that good heart you have. She said, I remember you had such a good heart, such a loving heart. Please use that to help people. And you don't have to go as far as becoming a Baptist minister to do that. She said, now I know that we minister all the time in every way. You can do it all the time.
Awesome.
Yeah. First of all, I just get fun, joyful. She kind of trusted in the universe in a way. Um, she didn't take things super seriously. I feel like she tried to keep things light as much as possible. She's still on her soul's journey, she tells me, and her, a high priestess would be like a female minister.
Yeah.
So when I first pulled this card, I go, why did I get this card? And then our Terry, so I go, was she a minister? Anyway, that's what that card's talking about. And she, she's proud of that. And she liked that. She liked being that go-between between earth and heaven. But she says in her journey on the other side, she's also learned that there was a little bit more need for some balance in there. It wasn't just sometimes what she taught and pushed was a little limited and one-sided. And she's seen since that there could have been more balance in her message and in her teachings. And she still seems to be working over there, doing, getting clearer on that. But I also feel like she might come through in a dream, Tony, or something. This is Ace of coins or pentacles. So it's sort of like a little gift. But I feel like, I hear her saying, thanks for bringing me up. and bringing me to the group, like, and calling on me. So I think she might return the favor and say hello in a dream or something like that.
Well, that's kind of what I'm getting too. I got that she thinks you two are birds of a feather. In other words, you have the same qualities that she has. You may not be preaching in a church or whatever, but you two are so much alike, she says. And so then this one comes up, deep breath. And what I get when I see this today is that when we inspire, we breathe. That's the word for breathing. We inspire somebody. And I believe that she inspires you and will bring awareness to you, as Mark said, maybe in a dream or maybe something else. But she's always with you. But she says, yeah, thanks for bringing me in. It was nice to get out and do something different.
Yeah. I got that too. I love she make hats for the women in the church. That's that joyous kind of,
Sure.
let's just have fun and a levity about stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. And she also was the only Caucasian in the church. And that, to me, that's so important, because if that's her grandmother, that was a while ago when that wasn't really the popular thing to do. So
well, that's funny, because when I first tuned in, I saw Black women.
Oh, you did? Okay.
And I'm going, wait, I was like, where's that coming from?
Right,
yeah. Black women singing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I love it.
I do too. Thanks, Tony.
She's a real giver.
She is.
She designed her whole life to help guide and give to other people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So we have one more question for today. I'm sorry if I can't get to all of them because some of you posted so late, but I'm going to do this one. I told Annette if we had time, and we have a few more minutes. So she says her friend Paula's been dealing with medical issues. She's going to go to Mayo Clinic. Will they help her have her permission? Will they help her have her permission? Remember, be careful, because you're reading for a third-party person. We can only, and we're not medical people, so we'll try to see what we can find out. But remember, her free will is something that nobody else has any control over. So,
but as I'm reading it, it means Paula's given her permission.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Will they help her in her remission or permission?
I don't know.
I think she's saying that we have her permission to read on.
Oh, okay.
Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Like that, we have her permission to read on.
Have her permission to ask the question. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think she means.
All right. Yep. As long as you relay to her that we, any medical, we, have a caveat that this is entertainment only. We're not doctors or professionals. That's all. Have to say it.
I'm just seeing like the divine energy carrying her along. I don't that she's being moved along by divine energy. Like a way to help her is prayers, to get a group of people to pray for her. I don't know if you can go to churches or ask, but the prayers as she's going through her treatment, and energetic community support and bringing in the angels will help her, because all is the way it is meant to be.
Wow. Okay. Annette, I pulled my yes, no cards, which are kind of like a pendulum would be. It says possibly, but I pulled another card for clarity, and I got, she needs to do some inner child healing. So I don't know what her medical issues are, but that we have an emotional body, a spiritual body, a physical body. And sometimes it requires us to take care of our inner self as well as our outside medical information. And only she can do that. Only she.
Right. I pretty much believe that when you have any kind of
true. Yeah. Even when you don't have a problem, you still could be working on it. Yeah.
But if I get a cold or some kind of weird thing, I usually need to reflect for a few minutes. you know, on why am I out of balance or whatever, you know.
Right.
But I do get, you know, the question, would they help her? I get this card from this deck and it says boundaries.
Uh-huh.
But see this wall and this guy climbing over the wall and he's getting up to the top. Because I feel like on some level, oh, and then there's on the other side of the wall, there's this beautiful cloud mansion. But I feel like on some level, they haven't quite diagnosed
What it is.
exactly what's going on. And I think the Mayo Clinic is going to kind of go over that wall and see something on the other side and maybe brings a little bit more clarity to what's going on. And so in that way, I think they will help because they get a little more specific about what's happening. Because I don't think the ones she's been to so far have had that exposure or realize what that is exactly. So in that way, I think it's good.
Well, so they showed me a vision of a dark room. Actually, the room's very light. It has spotlights in it. But the walls are deep gray, and they have beautiful wainscoting. But there are thin copper chains chained along the wall. And the copper chains could contain somebody, but they technically, you could almost pull that copper down. You know, copper's not very strong. And the copper kind of, because I'm wondering, what does this have to do with the, you know, where she's going to go and try to get diagnosed. And so I do believe that there's something holding her back. They will diagnose it. And as I follow this vision around, it starts to swirl. The chains start to dissolve. Her body seems to be generating a very orangey, yellowy light. So that gives me the feeling that they are somehow going to figure this out. They're going to ramp up her systems, her metabolic systems, maybe, I don't know. And that she will find some relief here, or at least, you know, a diagnosis. So something positive is happening and the chains get dissolved.
It's interesting that you brought up copper, because I believe that when we have our blood test done, they can run one for copper. That's you know, how we don't have to have a lot of it, but you know how they like us to balance out all the different things. And I remember buying a copper cup and drinking water out of the copper cup just to bring in that balance. But I don't, when you said it, it just struck me. So I thought I'd mention it, but I didn't get that to begin with.
I mean, you never see chains in copper because copper's not strong. So
right.
It struck me that it's something I needed to say because it's copper.
Absolutely.
She's gonna need a lot of support and reassurance from her friends. I think she's terrified. I think she's scared. So that kind of soothing support, you know, I'm getting a picture of, like, you know, in the mosh pit when somebody, you know, when Eddie Vedder would jump off the stage and everybody would hold him up with their hands and pass him around. That's the image I'm getting for her, that that's going to really help her recovery, and whether it's with prayer or visits,
it sounds like community. It sounds exactly like what Mark's getting that over his head today.
Yeah.
You know, the community will lift her up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that we're mosh pitting with Thayer today.
Really? That's awesome. Wow. Well, thank you all for your questions. Thank you, readers, for your wisdom. And hope to see you all next week. Thank my moderators and all of those new people that came today. Please come back and see us again on next Thursday. And lots of love to everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for your questions.